Hello everyone, in this video we're going to learn how to graph polar equations of circles. Alright, so the polar equation of circle has the form of r equals a times sine theta or r equals a times cosine theta. Now previously you learned about the unit circle, right? This is the best way for you to memorize the polar equation of the circle. The y-axis represents the sine function, right? So if you see anything related to sine theta, the circle lie along the y-axis, and you see that it's lie along the y-axis right here. Alright, if anything related to cosine theta, which is the x-axis, right? And then it lies along the x-axis. You see that? Now the right hand side right here is positive, left hand side is negative, top is positive, bottom is negative, right? If a greater than 0 is above the x-axis, if a less than 0 it below the x-axis, right? Absolute value of a is the length of the diameter of the circle, right? Similarly, for the function r equals a times cosine theta, if a greater than 0, it's going to be on the right of the y-axis. If a less than 0, it's going to be on the left of the y-axis, right? And of course, absolute value of a is the length of the diameter of the circle, right? Now, let's take a look at the first example. We need to graph the function r equals 4 times sine theta. Alright, so this one in the form of this guy, right? And this is actually the equation of the circle, right? Now, since a equals 4 greater than 0, so you know that the circle should be above the x-axis, right? So this 4 is this case, right? Now, in order to graph this one, you need to create the table of values, right? Now, r equals 4 sine theta. We're gonna take the special values of angle theta, which is 0, pi over 6, pi over 3, 2 pi over 3, 5 pi over 6, and pi, right? Now, if theta equals 0, you substitute 0 for theta in this situation, so r equals 4 times sine of 0. Sine of 0 equals 0, so this guy should be 0, right? So the radius 0 when the angle theta is 0, right? So it's gonna be right here, right? Now next one, pi over 6, substitute over here, you have r equals 4 sine of pi over 6, right? And you simplify, it's gonna be r equals 4 times 1/2, right? So it's gonna be 2, right? So at angle pi over 6, radius is 2, right? So pi over 6 right here, radius is 2, which is the second circle, right? So it's gonna be right here. Now next one, pi over 3, substitute over here, so you have r equals 4 times sine of pi over 3. You simplify this one, so r equals 4 times sine of pi over 3 equals root 3 over 2, right? So it's gonna be 2 root 3, right? So root 3 is gonna be 1.7 something times 2 is gonna be 3.4 something, right? So 3.4 something is gonna be 1, 2, 3, right? 3.4 something is gonna be around right here. Now next one, the angle theta is 2 pi over 3. It's gonna be the same thing as pi over 3, right? So it's gonna be right here. So you have 2 root 3. 5 pi over 6 is the same thing as pi over 6, which is 2, right? So it's gonna be right here. And pi is gonna be 0, right? So let's go back over here. Now, if you want to have a precise circle, you need to take the angle pi over 4 right here, right? And 5 pi over 12 right here, and pi over 12 right here, alright? So you need to calculate the values of these radius at this angle, right? So it's gonna be somewhere right here. Now you just connect these points and you get the circle, right? It's gonna be like that. Now we can use the calculator to do this one, right? Now we're gonna print up the TI-84 plus C calculator. So you're gonna hit mode right here. You need to convert it to radian, right? Hit enter, and then go to the function right here. You need to change it to polar, right? Hit enter, and then you hit second mode quit. Now you need to hit y equals, right? It's gonna be right here. Now you need to clear this function. Right, on the top right here, you need to hit for sine theta, right? So for sine, and then you hit graph. It's gonna be like this. Now it doesn't show up because you need to adjust the window range, right? So hit window right here. Theta minimum should be 0, theta maximum should be pi, right? Pi, which means 3.14, right? So you just hit pi or 3.14, it's up to you, right? So if I want to hit pi, I hit second pi right here, right? The step should be 0.1. Now, as minimum, -5. As maximum, I'm going to put 5. The scale should be 1. Y minimum should be -5. Y maximum should be 5. And the scale is 1. Now, I'm going to hit graph. It's going to be right here. Now, you see the dot right here. It's just because you had this scatter plot previously, right? So you want to remove these dots. You're gonna hit second y equals right here. The plot on right here, you need to hit enter and turn this off. Okay, now you hit second mode, hit graph again, it no longer has the dot, right? Now if you want to use the TI and SPY calculator, you just go to the home screen and then you hit add graph right here, right? Now you need to hit menu, number 3, graph entry right here, and number 5 right here, polar. Alright, arc1 theta, we're gonna hit for sine, you hit trick right here, hit sine, right at pi right here, and then theta should be this. Alright, it gives you the range of theta and the step right here, right? Now you just enter, it's gonna be right here, right? Now I just show you 2 different ways to graph the polar equation of circles. The first one, we create the table of values and we're gonna graph it by hands, right? The second way, we're gonna use the calculator, TI and SPY calculator and TI-84 plus CE calculator, right? Now the third way, I'm gonna show you how to convert the equation of the circle from polar to rectangular forms to graph it, right? Now, we learned before, we know that r squared equals s squared plus y squared, right? We have s equals r cosine theta and y equals r sine theta, right? So keep this one in mind. Now we have r equals 4 sine theta, right? We need to convert this polar form to rectangular form, right? So we need to create r squared, right? So, and then we need to create r sine theta, right? So we see that we only have r right here, and on the right hand side we don't have r, right? So we need to multiply both sides by radius, right? So the left hand side becomes r squared. The right hand side becomes 4 times r sine theta, right? Now, we know that r squared equals s squared plus y squared, right? So we just replace r squared with s squared plus y squared, right? So I have s squared plus y squared equals 4 times r sine theta. I got it right here. It's gonna be y, right? Recall the equation of the circle you learned in geometry is gonna be s minus h all together square plus y minus k all together square equals radius square, right? Where h and k is the center, right? And the radius is square root of r squared, right? Alright, so we need to print this one into this form, right? So I'm going to subtract 4y both sides, right? So I'm going to end up with x squared plus y squared. Now I'm going to make this one as a complete square, right? So I'm going to take the middle term right here, 4 right here, divide by 2a squared, right? So it's going to be 4 divided by 2 altogether square. So I just add 4 divided by 2 square on the left hand side. I need to do the same thing on the right hand side, right? So 4 over 2 square, like that. Now, the left hand side becomes x squared plus the next 3 terms right here. This is actually a complete square, right? We know that a squared minus 2ab plus b squared equals a minus b altogether square. You have a squared plus 2ab plus b squared equals a plus b altogether square. This one a complete square. So because you have the subtraction side right here, so it falls into the first formula right here, right? So this guy turns out to be y minus 2 altogether square, because 4 divided by 2 is going to be 2. So 2 square equals 4, right? So right here I just put this one as 2 square, right? So I just take 2. Look at the formula right here, b. I'm going to take b right here, right? Equals 2 square, right? Now I can rewrite this one as minus 0 altogether square plus y minus 2 altogether square equals 2 square, right? So now the center should be 0, 2, right? The radius should be square root of this one should be 2, right? So when you graph this one, the center 0, 2, right? So this one right here, the center right here, right? The radius is 2, right? So that's why you have the circle. Now let's move on to the next example. For example, if you need to ask to graph the following polar equation of the circle, r equals 5. That's it. Alright, so how do we do this one? We're gonna apply this formula right here, right? In order to apply this formula, we need to square both sides, right? So I have r squared equals 25, right? So I'm gonna replace r squared with x squared plus y squared, right? So I have x squared plus y squared equals 25, right? And then I can rewrite this one as this form, right? So it's gonna be x minus 0 square plus y minus 0 square equals 5 square, right? So this is the equation of the circle in rectangular form with the center 0, 0, right at origin, right? And the radius is square root of 5 square, right? So it's gonna be 5, right? So this is actually the circle outside right here. Now here are some example for you to practice. The first one, you need to graph r equals 6. Second one, r equals negative 2 sine theta, right? Number 3, r equals 3 cosine theta. Number 4, r equals negative 4 cosine theta, right? And it's good time to start. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Remember that if you failing to prepare, you're preparing to fail.
We rise like tall buildings as the chemicals they take us higher. The night's young, it has just begun as she puts her hand in mine.